It's another Mudita Monday, man. And if you know me, and if you've been on the path for any length of time with me, you know how I love Mudita Mondays. Why? It's simple. Because Mudita Mondays always remind me to take time and practice Mudita. Practice feeling joy for others' happiness. Of course, the word comes from the Sanskrit or Pali word, mudita, which means to feel joy for others' happiness. I have found practicing feeling joy for others' happiness, I have found mudita to be the most powerful vibration in the universe for me. And I know everyone will say that love and gratitude are the highest vibrations we can emit, right? But I'm finding for me, I find when I'm feeling joy for other people, when I take joy in others' happiness, is when I'm my best self. It's when I'm my highest self. There's no question about it, man. You may say that mudita is really no different, I don't know, than love, right? In that you're feeling love for that other person, right? You're feeling love by feeling joy for their happiness. But for me, I have found it takes my vibration to a new level, above love, because it eliminates any feelings of jealousy. And this is coming from a guy, I think, who used to get jealous a lot. So speaking of jealousy and why I so love this feeling and this frequency of mudita and why I always keep practicing mudita, because I realized it eliminated jealousy from my energy, the energy that I'm emitting, that I'm sending out. Oh, excuse me. Jan and I were just having this discussion maybe 3-4 days ago, and she said something about being jealous of something, and I said, I went right to mudita, and she was like, well, you have to feel your feelings. You have to let someone feel their feelings, of course. And of course you have to let someone feel their feelings and go through their feelings. And what followed was a conversation about being able to feel our feelings. But it was then that I realized that I've eliminated jealousy from my feelings. Do you know how amazing that is? To not only not feel jealous of someone's success, but rather to feel joy for them and their success. I'm telling you, I think I was when I was younger, I think I would feel very jealous of things. And of course, when you're sending out a vibration of jealousy, you get more jealous. You get more reasons to feel jealous. So I'm always speaking now about how your vibration creates your reality, right? And when you exchange the vibration of jealousy for the vibration of mudita, of course your vibration immediately increases. How can it not, right? Of course it does. Duh, right? You're one of those things, right? But I found it takes practice. And I think when you first start practicing, at least when I first started practicing, instead of feeling joy, I would feel jealous or envy. Of course I would, right? But like any vibration, it can be practiced, right? If there's one thing the Wingman's Path has taught us, it can be practiced. And that's why I love Mudita Mondays, to get back to my first statement, because that's what they're all about, right? Practicing mudita, an opportunity and a reminder to rejoice in the happiness and success of others. This is like a home run, right? It takes time, but when you can eliminate jealousy from your energy, come on, you've taken a huge step to living from a higher vibration, to not being dragged down that rabbit hole, right? Of just letting any of that go, any of that jealousy go, right? You got to help me and you and all of us wingmates, right? We got to help each other to raise our collective mudita vibration. That's what we got to do. How? One, comment comment on this post, or share a post or a video, short video. Tell us something you're happy about or feeling thankful for, right? Let us feel mudita for your elation, your success, your happiness. And by the way, it doesn't have to be you just bought a huge house or you're getting married. It can be you just had a great cheesesteak in Philadelphia, right? I'd say that would be mine, right? 2, reading or watching other wingmates post. This is where it really comes in. Because you might be listening to someone talking about something making them happy. And you're sitting there thinking, well, I don't know, is that making them happy? Well, all right. That's not the point. The point is you only feel pleasure for their happiness. You only feel joy for their happiness. Again, raising your mudita vibration takes practice. You practice feeling joy for their happiness, right? And you can start right now by feeling joy for my happiness, right? Which this week is all vibrational. And it started as I was beating myself up over some decisions I made as a young man, when I realized one of those decisions was a fantastic decision, right? It's still helping me to this day, right? And I'm like, wow, that's great. And now I just keep thinking about that one decision and find myself smiling and laughing and loving myself all over again, right? Of course, that is not unconditional love, but it's a way to get my vibration back moving in a positive direction when something's taking it over, or I'm slipping down a rabbit hole, or I find a twang in my vibration, right? I think about that decision. That's what I've been thinking about this week, and it's just brought me a smile, and I'm just loving it, right? And now you. Please share something that made you happy recently, either by commenting here, what's making you happy, posting a comment, or posting, like I said, a video. And I thank you. I thank you for practicing mudita with me, right? I thank you for practicing mudita with me. You have to practice mudita with others, right? By definition, it's feeling joy for another, right? You've got to practice mudita with others. So I thank you so much. And by the way, if you want to deepen your mudita vibration, you'd have to join us for our weekly mudita Zoom calls in the Wingmate Coalition for Positive Energy. And again, you'll be amazed what it'll do for your vibration and your reality. And I'll leave the link in the comments below. And I'll talk to you later on. Have a great day today, mudita. And I'll see you back here for practice tomorrow. Enjoy.